Good morning, folks. It's January 23rd of the Venezuelan duck adventure. Matt has bought a beach house, and we're in the process of today's project is to get this little red thing registered in my name. But we've run into a slight technical difficulty because this country, I got a problem. I could open the gate here. Hang on. We're going to walk down to the beach here. There's the house. Everybody's sleeping. Oh, look at the little puppy dogs, eh? Behind me here. Can I close this? Yeah. We're going to walk up later here. I got to go up to the house and make a list of things I got to go to town this morning to buy, because I want to get a couple new chains for the gate and the sliding door for the house, and some new padlocks, because I'm contracting out to a neighbor to watch the house. Well, actually, the guy who watched the house for the last 3 years is going to watch my house, except that I pay better than the last guy. I don't think he paid very well, because he does. Sandy's the gentleman's name, and Sandy doesn't seem too happy about the previous person. Previous owner, the guy that I bought the house from yesterday. Anyways. It's like, I had a hunch about him, and I was right. Man, I don't know what it is. I got like some kind of spidey sense that happens with me when it comes to people. And you see good ones and you see bad ones. And you get a feeling in your gut. And, I don't know what it was, but I had a feeling when I saw pictures of the guy. I was like, I don't know, something about him. And then when he did his house thing in December, which I never shared with you, which I'm going to share with you now, the story. So, in December, because I was supposed to come here. Find a place to sit here. This is the beach. This is the little beach that my house has access to. See? So this is a nice little beach. Look at this for right behind me, eh? Is that a nice little view? This is what I wake up to. I had a shower looking at that, because the shower in the beach house has a windows that's my view while you're having a shower. But everybody says, oh, it'd be nice. Actually, there's the beach house right up there. There it is. That I'm staying at. And I will be renting while I'm in the construction mode of my house. Yeah, these houses are too close together. I could never live. Plus, there's no yard for Doug. Gotta have a yard for the dog. It's my right-hand man in this whole adventure. Gotta find a better seat here. Should have brought some chairs down, eh? We have the folding chairs at the house, but... I know what I do. I'm so disorganized here because I've been up since 5:20. The fishermen's out there. Fishing. Fishing. More coffee. Okay, I'm going to do an edit here because I'm going to set the camera up. I got wrong lighting. I got the light behind me, so the camera is not focusing. Okay, so sorry, folks. This is early because I have to go to town, as I said, to buy stuff. So the story, the story in December. I should have brought a seat down this morning. Why does everything seem wet here this morning? We got some serious moisture happening here. I don't plan this out. Oh, that's uncomfortable. Of course, the driest concrete has half ripples in it. Okay. The story. Sorry, dragging out. You're probably going, oh my God, Matt, spit it out. Okay. In December, as you know, I found the beach house in October. I was supposed to be here in November. Then the owner didn't have anything taken care of as far as the paperwork. The house was registered in his name, but the land was registered in the first owner's name, and he wanted to sell it to me, but because the title of the land wasn't done, I wasn't going to just buy the house without guaranteeing I had the land. So my little lawyer, my sexy lawyer, my translator's wife, no, translator's girlfriend, because he's not married to her, so I've been harassing him about that, because he says, oh, it's my wife. I said, no, it's your girlfriend, you haven't married her. Anyways, they've been together 10 years. They have a kid, two kids together. Anyways, she's officially my sexy lawyer, and she did a phenomenal amount of work, because it was so screwed up, the registry office, that the title, she had to get a hold of the first owner, getting things transferred over. It's about a 30-minute drive 30-minute drive west of here. No, east. 30-minute drive east. It's the opposite direction of Kumina, is where the municipal office is for this properties. I'm in another, I guess you could say a township or municipality, another municipality. I'm close to Kumina, but I'm like on the outer edge of my municipality, close to Kumina. So it's a little tiny office, as you saw yesterday, the pivot heads, which I'm really curious on how that turned out. I videotaped the whole thing of me buying property in Venezuela. And that was a registry process. And normally it takes 2 to 4 days for the registry office to do the conversion. Anyway, they did it right on the spot. I was like so happy. It was like official. We left there. I was like, they said, you own it now. It's happening. The girls did it right now. Oh, boys. Oh, okay. I'm sorry I haven't told you the story. But I just noticed something really bad. If you stepped on it, oh my God, would that hurt. Oh, look at this. Look at that, eh? Oh my God. That's one of those little I forget what they're called. Not good. Look at it. That's bad. Oh my God. I think that's the ones you got to pee on yourself if you step on him. I think he's dead. Oh man, that would be in the water. Oh, look at that. Just to give you an idea, the pain. Oh, I think he's dead though. Things you see here on the Duck Adventure in Venezuela. Okay, so my story. I know I'm dragging this out here this morning. I'm not milking it either. I'm just getting sidetracked because, anyways. So the owner, I had a bad feeling about him because in December, he was upset. Like, he was the one that first, it was $1,000 deposit when I first contacted him in October, and then he upped the deposit. He wanted, $1,000 he agreed to, $6,000 when the house sale went through, and then he changed his mind. He wanted $2,500 when Abram came to see him. And I'm like, what? $2,500? We agreed on $1,000 on the phone. I sent you, I said, $1,000's all you're getting. And he goes, no deal unless there's $2,500. And I've got two other people. One person wants to give me a car. Well, take the car. I said, I got $1,000 sitting in Venezuela. I'm up in Canada. This is all happening while I'm up in Canada. And Abram's down here. And I didn't even have $1,000. I had $400 in Venezuela. And Abram's brother lent me the $600, Aurelius. He lent me the $600. And then plus he lent Abram $170 for expenses to travel back and forth twice, because this guy, Esteban, the owner, previous owner, it was just like bad negotiating skills. Anyway, so Abram comes the first time, house is a mess, title's a mess, he goes back. Then he says, you got to fix the title. My little sexy lawyer, she has to do all this title work and get everything straightened out. And it's a mess. Couldn't get a hold of the first owners, and then finally got a hold of them, and then the registry office, and then it turns out the registry office didn't even have a book to do the registry in. So my lawyer had to buy the book, because of the crisis here, the government has no money. So literally the registry office had no book for the registry. That's not, I'm not lying to you either anyways. So the book that I signed yesterday for the registry office to have a copy, a hard copy, of my I guess you could say my title, my deed to my property, so that they would have the proper book there with my information. Basically, a carbon copy of everything I have on record there. My lawyer had to buy the book for them. So that's how bad it is, anyways. So he, in December, when she was just getting everything straightened out, and then he said, okay, we got it straightened out, we can do a deal. The titles have been changed. But then the air prices went through the roof. Like it went from, because it costs $2,200 for me to get a ticket here. Now, it is business class, but it's still not bad, $2,200 for, the amount of flights, flying to 8 hours of flying time and 2 flights. So it's not really, it's expensive economy, actually, because the full price economy is $1,100 each direction. But if you get the 50% off, book enough time in advance business, you can get it for $2,200. So, because normally it's like $4,600 for the business class. Non-refundable ticket, so don't make a mistake. And a $300 change fee. And you can only exchange it for full price tickets. So then if and you can't downgrade, so you can't take and downgrade your ticket economy back up. It's like you got to pay $2,200 more for a business class to get home. Anyways, enough about airfares. So then in December, he says, well, because you can't come down here in time to do this deal, because what he had done, he had gone and borrowed $2,500 from somebody, and he goes, I've made commitments and I have to honor these commitments. And I'm like, the way, and he spoke absolutely illiterate Spanish. Well, put it as my translator. I had to forward the message in WhatsApp to my translator. Can you figure this out? Because no matter how I translated it, it made no sense. And my translator came back and says, I don't know what he's trying to tell you, because it doesn't even make sense to him. So that's how bad it was. Like, this guy is like not the sharpest tool in the shed. So he says, the $1,000 you give me, that is like a fee. And then when you come here in January, I'll agree to wait for you in January, and I will put off these other two people, the other two people who just magically appeared that want the property, with one of them with a car or a truck or something. I won't take their offer. And when you arrive here in January, you can give me $7,000. I'm like, what? That's $8,000. That makes no sense. Why should I pay an extra $1,000 because you didn't have everything ready? So I had to explain to him, no, this is the deal. You get $1,000, and if I don't complete the deal by the end of January, you get $1,000 as a bonus for free. Like, it's like no charge. I don't care. If I can't make it down by January 31st to finish this deal, you can have the $1,000. So either agree to it or you don't. So I'm willing to take a chance for the $1,000. He's so desperate for the money, he agrees. So then we get down here. I take 4 days to get down here, traveling. With the flights and, the driving and everything. Get down, arrive. We're supposed to, first thing in the morning, we're supposed to meet. Get a message the night before. What time was it my sexy lawyer got the message? It was like about 8 o'clock at night. I can't be there till the afternoon. I'm like, we're supposed to meet at like 10 in the morning. Because the thing is at the registry office, you don't know what's going to happen there, because they could be like, get busy. But it turns out they can't get busy because it's a little tiny place that they don't do. I bet you that was the first transfer they've done all week. So he knows I've just traveled 4 days to get here. He's desperate for the money, but he magically, something that he's known about for 6 weeks, can't make it till the afternoon. I was like, this guy's like just doesn't know how to do business. Anyways, got the deal done. Paid. Have you ever seen that? Paying for cash for a property in a blacked out van. I felt like I was doing like some kind of drug deal. And those other guys that were with him were his security. He had security with him doing this deal. Now, allegedly, he was doing some other deals with his business, and he had money, and this is why he had the security. And I don't know. The guy's so much talk. It's like he's bragging all the time about all the things that he's doing money-wise. Actually, the math doesn't add up, because allegedly he was doing a deal that he just made $65,000 profit selling raw coca, to somebody in Caracas. And I'm like, well, I don't think so. And he's a transport. He owns a transport company. Like, he has a bus and he has a truck. And I think he's a transport driver. And he transported somebody coca to Caracas, and they made $65,000, and he got paid a fee. So, because he was so desperate to get that $6,000 yesterday. I was watching him count. It was like a little kid. It's like it was funny. Anyways, we had to take pictures of all the money. It's attached to the bill of sale of the property, because you have to protect yourself, for the serial numbers, just in case they say that the serial numbers don't match, or the serial numbers are the money's counterfeit. So you got to do that, because sometimes people can do weird things. Anyways, my lawyer took care of everything. She was amazing. She did some things. Oh, one day she had to go to the registry office to do a title. I forget what it was. Something, one of the title things she had to do. And then protest here because of gasoline, which is really strange. 15 minutes east of here, there's gasoline. All the way here, there was gasoline all the way up till 15 minutes before Kumina. As soon as we get to Kumina, no more gasoline. So for some reason, Kumina has no gasoline. But yesterday, the stations had gasoline. But normally, there's something's going on here the last 2 months. It's just the city, but the outlying areas have it. So who knows? You never know in this place. Things don't always make sense. They really don't. But you just got to go with it. I don't worry about it. So yesterday, they had a tire burning protest in town. Oh, a fisherman. I'll show you the fisherman. He doesn't know he's on YouTube right now. Oh, look at them. There's a little aluminum boat going fishing. We got some other fishermen over here. They were fishing right at the Crocodile. When I was up, they were fishing. Where was I? I'm all over the place here this morning. Where else was it? Oh, the tire burning protest. Yeah, last night the tire. So they had the big protest in town about the burning the tires because there's no gasoline. That's what they love to do here, right? It's like this place, when they get upset, like when the population gets upset, they let the government know. I commend them for that. Like they're not sheeple. I can tell you that much. Okay, when they get pissed off, oh man, the government knows. They and amazingly, after a protest, all of a sudden there's gasoline. I've seen it before. I've seen gas protests before last time. It was like bang. The next day there was gas. Because the government doesn't like the protests. They really don't like the protests. And the people know protests work. So they start doing the protests and the tire burning, things all of a sudden change. So I guess you could call that direct democracy. If you don't listen, we'll lynch you. Anyways, and contrary to popular belief, the news, the media, the police don't come and start shooting people. The only thing that you got to worry about is the protesters throwing rocks at the police because they're getting mad. There's no gas. Just can't blame them. But 15 minutes away, there's gas. Makes no sense. So, my lawyer back. Oh man, this story this morning is dragging out. My lawyer had to go to the registry office, and she's taking buses and taxis because I'm like, how did she get here? Like, this is a 30-minute drive to get here, and she says, oh, I took a taxi and a bus, and she was paying all this money out, her expenses, and she took the bus, and there was a protest, tire burning protest. And going that direction, the other direction, towards the east. And she had to walk in her high heels 10 kilometers. Because the bus stopped. And she got out of the bus and walked to the registry office and did all the work for my sale of the house. They were so worried. Well, I was sort of intimidated my last trip here. But on what I expect to do here, and a demanding gringo, I guess you could say I am. But I pay you, but I'm just demanding, okay? And they want to get paid. They do. They really do want to get paid. They want to please you because they want to get paid. And they go the extra mile for customer service, I can tell you that much. The extra mile. You feel appreciated. Trust me, I'm telling you, man. It's like I have not yet felt uncomfortable or felt that I've never paid under duress or paid like, oh, this isn't, I don't feel good about this. It's like I always feel good paying them because I always get my bang for my buck. So she was really worried that she was nervous that this has only been her second or third real estate deal. And she was worried that she was gonna let me down, and that Caesar's my translator, and I'm developing a business plan, a business model with Judith and Caesar for this part of the world. Him and the three of us, actually four of us. Abram's involved too, and his beach house is involved in my business idea, and they really want to work with me, and. So they're like nervous, and she's nervous because my relationship with her husband, and it's just, there's a lot of pressure. I didn't realize I put so much pressure on, but anyways, so I said, like, how much do I owe for this? Like, what do I owe my lawyer? Like, what's the bill? And you're not gonna believe it. Like she did a lot of work, and she got everything done, like everything, no hiccups. It was so smooth. I was like, my God, I wish every deal could be this good. Like, it was like she crossed her T's and dotted her I's and did it all on schedule. And like, it was like everything, the only delays we had was because of the other people. And only the screw-ups we had were because of the other people. I said, like, what do I owe you? Well, we don't want to give you a bill. I'm like, what? Yeah, we don't want to give you a bill. Like, what do you feel? What does you feel it's worth to you? I'm like, oh my God, put me on the spot. Like, I'm like, oh, what am I going to pay her to do this? I'm like she did a phenomenal job, got everything done. And I was like, I'm like, this is like, I know what stuff's worth down here, but I have a hard time. I have a hard time paying the prices down here. I do. I really do. I think it's because I have respect for humans, and the prices here is slavery. And I'm not a big advocate of slavery. So I have a problem with it. And it's like, like I know what it's worth to me in Canada. Like, to do a real estate deal in Canada, it would be like $2,500 in legal fees. And especially a deal this screwed up, it'd probably be pushing like $3,500. So what do you pay? If you're going to pay $3,500 Canadian in Canada, what do you pay to this, this sexy lawyer that took care of an absolute mess and got it on schedule? So I'm like, I was like, what do I get? What do I get? So anyways, I thought about it. And I'm like, and minimum wage right now is $15 a month. I'm like, oh, and they're struggling, young family, like struggling, and their work. She's a lawyer, but she's selling food, to make money because there's not enough lawyer work, and and she is a real lawyer, got her degree, she's got her paperwork, Abogada, I think it was Abogada it's called, Abogada, something I forget the Espanol on that one, but. So I'm like, poor lawyer. You don't hear people say that too much, poor lawyer. I have another lawyer story. I'll tell you another day of what happened in Valencia. But anyways, so I'm like, what do I pay? So I gave her $400. And she crapped. Anyways, she crapped. She couldn't believe it. It was like, to me, it was worth $400. To have no problems and everything, taken care of. Everything taken care of. And it's done. It's officially my name. Everything's done. On schedule. With no hiccups. None. So what's that worth to you? When you just traveled, halfway around the world and, and all these flights I had to take and get here and try and take it. It was worth it to me. That was the price I thought it was worth. I don't care what it was worth in Venezuelan terms. So, which... I'll tell you my story about Valencia. My lawyer in Valencia, I had him doing some work for me to put a deposit, I put a deposit down on the condominium, and just for him to look at the title and talk to me. He wanted $400. I was like, what? And plus he was the worst lawyer in the world. He was like, he wouldn't reply to me. I'd send him WhatsApp messages. Oh, he was just so brutal. He was so brutal. He pissed me off so much in December. And I kept messaging him, like, man, this lawyer is like, and I kept telling him, like, I want everything taken care of. I want to arrive. And then January the 20th in Valencia, I want to sign this stuff, give the deposit, and secure my condominium. And then I'm leaving for Cumana. So the last day in Canada, Friday, on January 17th, Friday, Is it Friday the 17th? Whatever Friday was. I'm scrambling, doing the last minute packing, and he decides then he was going to do all the documents. And he starts WhatsApping me all kinds of questions, and I'm like, I'm leaving. I don't have time to do this. I'm packing. I'm going. Like it's anyways. Got totally stressed out. Didn't pack swim shorts. Missed that because I was like dealing with him. And I'm like, this and all the stuff he was messaging me with was all last minute stuff. And it's like he acts like he's this really busy lawyer. And I'm in court. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And it's like, anyways, he turned out to be a real dud. Fired him when I got here because I found out that you're not going to believe this. To give you an idea of how bad this $400 bill was from the lawyer that I fired, the first lawyer that I had. You see, everything down here, there's gringo stuff and there's local stuff. I ended up firing the lawyer, and then in the afternoon found another lawyer to do the agreement for the deposit to buy the house, the condominium, for $40. Okay? $40. $40. 400. That's the difference. And it's and when I told Abram about the $400 because I had a bad feeling. It's that all because I kept telling the lawyer, give me an itemized bill of what you're doing. How do you come up with $400 for what you've done? And it was just a joke. He was trying to play like he was some big lawyer, and he deals with international clients and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, I'm one international client you're not going to be dealing with, so. But I'm so lucky that I have Abram, and Caesar and Zarikima, my sexy lawyer. I forget her name. I can't get it for some reason. It just keeps escaping me. I just can't. I'm so lucky. Like everything just keeps falling into place, and they're very protective of me. Like very, very protective. It's unbelievable. It's like they everything. They just don't want me spending money. It's the most bizarre. Everybody says, "Oh, the Venezuelans are going to take advantage of you till you got no money, and then they're going to throw you aside." A complete opposite is the way I'm getting treated, and everybody's making sure everything's taken care of, and they watch everything. Just watch everything to make sure. Like I'm buying beer, bottle of rum and a beer for Abram and I, and a case of beer, and it was $36 for everything with the deposit and the bottles, and Abram's like, "Whoa, no, let's go to look for another place and we'll find a cheaper price." And I'm like, "I'm not driving anymore, just pay the $36. A bottle of rum and a case of, and a 24 or 30 bottles of beer, 8 liters of beer, like that's like buy the beer, get a liter of rum for free in Canada." So I was like, we'll just pay the $36 and we're leaving, okay? But like it's everything, like the lawyer, like Abram found me the lawyer in Valencia, and it's like, it's just and here's this is how trusting these people are. I put a deposit down on the condominium, and I'm taking possession of it now. They're giving me the place now. You can have it. It's like I can live there. I can whatever until we close the deal. They're not worried, and I told them I don't want to close the deal for 6 months until I sell my property in Canada. So like you can have it. It's yours. They're so trusting. It's unbelievable. It's the universe has put me in touch with the exact right people. I would be a fool not to follow this path that is being laid out in front of me. I really would. Too many things are happening that are dead on to what I want, and that I've dreamt about for so many years. And I'm not having any hiccups. So today's hiccup, okay, so the truck. Now, I have a business visa. And I had a tourist visa first, now I have a business visa. Now, this is how crazy this country is. Some of the rules, they don't follow the rules completely. So a business visa allows you to buy property, okay? So you can't register property without a business visa. But you can't have a bank account. And I'm like, well, how are you supposed to buy the property? If you were like, they would think you're going to transfer money from Canada, but you can do on a personal level, you can transfer money from Canada to a bank here, from bank to bank. You can do it. It's $35 for, I forget how much money, $10,000, $35 to transfer the money. But you lose on the exchange rate. You lose about 20% from the black market to official. And nobody wants boulevards. Like you can transfer all these boulevards into your bank account, and then it's like, nobody wants them. They want dollars. And so it was like a real pain to show up with a suitcase, literally a big suitcase, not a carry-on, with boulevards to pay for the property. at 80,001. Well, yesterday it was actually 74,000, but you can't have a bank account with a business. You have to have an investment visa to get a bank account. Sorry, folks, I had to do an edit there, chop this whole rambling stream out because I just totally lost my train of thought. But the lawyer doesn't make any sense. Like you can have a business visa to buy property, but you can't have a bank account to get the money here to buy the property. It doesn't make any sense. So back to the truck. So now the truck, I was told by the embassy in Canada that this visa I can buy property and I can buy a truck and register it. Get down here. The registry office here for the registration, they're like, oh, no, you need a Venezuelan ID for that. I'm like, oh no, so now we got to apply for ID. And then I find out from my sexy lawyer that, oh, that can take a long time, could take weeks because they're really, really slow on issuing IDs down here. It's even hard for Venezuelans to get the IDs. So, for a foreigner, it could be very difficult. We could do it, but it could take a couple of weeks. But there's got to be a way of getting this truck registered in my name because tomorrow I want to get insurance for the truck. And she goes, well, are you interested in paying? It turns out to bribe an official. And it's like $100. So yesterday we're sending WhatsApp messages and copies of my passport and my visa to the transport people, the transport person who could register the truck. And he wanted $100. But something happened at the end of the day. No, I'm not going to do it for the $100. So today, my lawyer is going to go talk to the supervisor. And we're going to up it to $200 if we have to. And also Abram, because Abram used to be the vice governor in this state, he knows people at the transport place that he's going to call and talk to the transport people that he knows, and we're going to get this truck registered to my name. Because we got to get it registered to my name so I can get the insurance. And then it's officially mine. Because I haven't paid for the truck yet until we get it registered. So, because that's the way it works down here. The registry gets transferred first before you pay. You don't pay and then do it, because if there's problems, it's the weirdest thing. Up in Canada, you pay for it, then you get it registered. Here, no, you register, then you pay the person. So we're dealing with that. So if we don't get it registered, I won't be driving the truck back to Valencia. We'll be taking a bus or something, and then we'll be taking Abram's little car to Santa Cruz on Monday. So who knows what's going on? I don't. I'm just going with the flow of what's happening here. So that's the long morning rant. My God, I woke up and I said, I had a feeling it was going to be a lot this morning. And I'm sorry for really making the story go like all over the place. But that's what's happening. That's it. That's the Venezuelan adventure of Matt. I shaved too. I brought a razor this time. I'm a little more organized. Except I forgot my swim shorts because my lawyer, and the water's cold. That's not too hard. Well, it's cool. It's not cold. It's just not as warm as it was in October. It turns out like it's freaking December here. It's actually cool, folks. I'm sitting here right now, and you can feel a cool draft. It's bizarre. Like we're at 8 degrees on the equator, and it's like it goes down to like 24 at night. It's cool. It sucks. And during the day, it's like 30, 32, 33 during the day, and a nice breeze. When the sun's out, it does get warm, but it's wintertime here, and the water reflects it. It's not as warm as October was. October was, the water was unbelievable in October. It was like, actually my first night here, I was like, oh, let's go for a swim. And I came down here and I got like not even 9 inches in the water. I was like, whoa, we're not doing that. I'm not getting in there. I'm too old for this cold water stuff. So it's not as warm as I would like right now. But hey, it's technically winter, which is a hell of a lot better than what's going on in Canada right now. I haven't had much internet. My internet's been really sporadic. Like I've had enough to do quick WhatsApps here and there when I was at restaurants. Like it's really bad, the service, because it's there's big holes in the coverage. So like here, there's nothing here. It's like I gotta there's a faint signal here. I need a booster on the beach house, which I'm gonna go have another coffee. And then I'm going to take the camera up, and we're going to go for a little walk around, because I got to go to town and buy some padlocks and a tool that I can pry open that door that's locked, and just explore my new home. my future new home in Venezuela. So I'll pick up with you later. Sorry about this being so long this morning, but a lot happened yesterday.